Hi, welcome to the second session of Global Digital Marketing Essentials. So we are still in Module 1, and this is the second session. You probably had went through the course overview that we recorded earlier, and that should give you a good sense of what we are going to do in the entire course. Right? So today, in this session, I'm going to talk about digital world terminologies and definitions. So it gives you a foundation for understanding what the different terms that different people use when they talk about the modern digital technologies and digital transformation and so on, right? And so these terminologies and definitions will be used throughout in all the courses that we offer in the certificate program. So it's important for you to pay attention to these and then draw upon the meanings of these so that you understand the context. So we are also going to do include the digital business strategy framework in our discussion. This will happen in the next session, as you note on the screen. And in the final session for this Module 1, we are going to look at global business challenges and strategies. So this Module 1 should tie together a lot of the interesting foundational elements of digital marketing essentials. So I'm going to dive right into the terminologies and definitions. So I packaged this in three areas, basically, right? So digital business related terminologies, there's a set of them that's widely used. And there's digital technology related terminologies that we need to understand. I'm going to introduce them now in this session, but we are going to go into more detail on these when we do the digital marketing technology and infrastructure course. So as far as digital marketing related terms, I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to look at the foundational set of terms in this session, and then I'm going to go into more detail in the digital marketing principles of digital marketing course. Okay, so that you'll be able to better recall and be able to connect the dots better when I sort of produce those courses. Okay. So in the world of digital business, you hear a lot about digital era, digital firm, digital capabilities, digital strategy, shared economy, digital business. What's a digital business? Digital five forces. I did talk to you about that a little bit in the I guess the program overview, right? And digital channels, what do they mean? Digital products and services, and of course digital advantage. It's important to understand all these terms so that you can immediately relate to what one is speaking about, right? So digital era really happened somewhere around 94, right? That's when all the internet companies, the new wave of internet companies started using internet as the business platform. There was the time when the internet became a commercial platform for every business to use. So obviously you know about Amazon, eBay were one of those initial pioneers in this space. They are all internet technology companies, right? They used internet technology to enable different business models. Amazon for retail, and then eBay for auction. That was their primary business model. So the internet became a technology platform for business, and it gave rise to new companies, new business models, new economies with radically different economics, right? So when you look at Amazon, when you look at eBay as examples, these are one of the two that survived the dot-com bust, which happened in 2000. Right? So a huge boom since '94 in the number of internet companies. There was also companies like eToys, if you remember. Some of you may, and some of you may not. So eToys is one of them, and there are other companies like ePinions to basically collect opinions on products and services. And some of these do exist still. ePinions probably still exists. And the point here is that the internet, when it became a technology platform, a lot of new ideas came about, right? And everybody wanted to launch a new company around using the internet as the platform, right? So when I talk about radical different economics, as you know, the internet is a open standard, right? It doesn't cost you anything to use the internet as a platform, right? So the thing about digital companies in the digital era, right, is the incremental cost of adding a new customer is near zero, right, because of the internet and because of one of the digital 5 forces, which is connectivity, if you remember that I talked about, and we will go through that again. So the digital era, when somebody talks about that, we are talking about 1994 and beyond. Okay. Digital firm, right? So a digital firm is a company that typically uses digital technologies to enable automated business processes and activities to drive business performance in real time. I am adding real time as a descriptor here because a real time enterprise is definitely the way every company is going to move into, and being able to respond to operational opportunities, right, market opportunities, is going to depend on how fast you can react in real time. So obviously there are 5 factors that determine what a digital firm is, right? They are able to respond very fast to business environmental changes, right? So a company A, say, finds, we have a uptick in demand in Palo Alto, and I want to move stock from Fremont to Palo Alto. Fremont and Palo Alto are 2 cities in California, right? So that is how granular that digital firms can get with the technologies, with the use of digital technologies. Second, these businesses, digital firms, operate at the pace of change. So if there is a different business model that suddenly becomes interesting in the marketplace and catches fire, and consumers are flock to it, obviously you want to be able to change that business model, right? So let's say, for example, you want to go from supporting single order home deliveries of food, right, to bulk order deliveries to restaurants, for example, right? So how do you when that happens, the consumerization model says that most things happen in the consumer world first, like start delivering single customer orders to consumers like you and me, right? And then slowly, when that model catches fire, then businesses want to move to serving businesses as well, right, in the same order. So there are new value chains that will be created in this model, right? These business to business could be just stocking it for the day, for example, and then invite you to come and grab a fresh food, for example, from the kiosk. An example of this company would be Snap Kitchen, right? That's what they do. So they aggregate these fresh food and then put it in a store, a Snap Kitchen, which is a kiosk basically. It's a store. When you walk in, there are a bunch of kiosks, and then you're able to go and pick up whatever fresh item is available, right? So interesting business models. This is what I mean by new business models, right? Because of digital technologies, and being able to operate at the pace of change or speed of change is very important in order to take advantage of opportunities and also to sustain your business in the digital world. The use of digital technologies also brings the focus on data, right? So you're able to collect a lot of data about how your products are moving, who is ordering what, down to a very granular level, right, to the single customer level. So making data-driven decisioning is a habit and culture for many of these digital companies. So they can drill down into single customer data and roll back up to look at a few or look at a larger segment. Right? So it's an advantage. It's a very powerful advantage. So it gives you the ability to segment the customer down to one or to a few or to a larger segment. Right? So marketing, in the world of digital marketing, this is so useful. Right? This is one of the most important I guess capabilities that one can have. Right? We'll talk more about that in the principles of digital marketing course, the next course. The fourth thing that digital firms do is they use real-time analytics to continuously drive outcomes. Right? So it's very dependent on data to inform their decision making. That's another characteristic of digital firms. Right? And obviously different firms, different digital firms use analytics differently, and it is because of the business context that they are in, and each one is providing a slightly different business model based on the product or service that they are essentially offering to the customers like you and me, or to business customers, right? And the fifth thing is that these digital firms leverage digital technologies to drive operational excellence. This is from a business strategy perspective, right? How do these digital firms connect operational decision making to strategic, right? So this is one of the ways they're using the same baseline digital technologies to be able to connect the dots. So strategy and operations and tactics are highly intertwined, if you will. Right? So these 5 capabilities are characteristics or attributes, as you may want to call them, define what a digital firm is.